Good morning everyone. Today is Sunday, December 10th, and today's video is going to be a study with me, or get ready to study with me and study with me. I'm wearing this sweatshirt in a lot of my videos. If it looks like I'm wearing this sweater in multiple videos, it's because I filmed a lot of the clips today, and I feel like it's a waste of clothes if I were to just change for every video. But it is currently 7:40 a.m. Usually I go to the gym and church in the morning, but I am not feeling well, so I'll probably go to the gym later in the day, and it is absolutely pouring outside, so I'm just gonna be watching church online instead. I woke up around 5 this morning and I was going through a little bit of flashcards. I'm currently through 7 of my 11 lectures for my exam tomorrow. I know I'm like really pushing it, but these last couple of exams are a lot of the content is review from things we've learned like all through our first and second year. I have a pretty full schedule today because I'm trying to get content for Vlogmas, and I didn't want to film on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday while I'm like taking and studying for exams. So I'm gonna try and squeeze in a couple of things today because I don't have school. To get my morning started, I'm gonna go ahead and get a cup of coffee. I'm not the biggest coffee drinker, but I will drink coffee and tea during finals week just to give myself a little more energy. I don't know about you, but I'm a big morning studier, so I try to like get up and ready in the morning. Since I don't drink caffeine often, it really hits me hard. It just kind of keeps me up past like 10 p.m. because usually I'm in bed pretty early. Usually once it hits like 5 or 6, I'm already tired. And when I keep trying to study at that time, my brain is like not functioning. I'll kind of take you along with like how I prepare for studying and then study a little bit with you. Maybe you'll learn a couple of fun facts. But let's get on with it. I was gonna go and get coffee, like I was gonna walk to a nearby coffee shop, but then like I said, it's pouring outside and I was like, okay, we don't need that. I'm gonna save money too. I was gonna make some tea, but I was like, I need something to hit a little harder. I ended up making some instant coffee because that's the only coffee I know how to make. Some instant coffee with some stevia and a little bit of half and half. I'm gonna sip on this while one of the things that I do while I study is that I use Study Bunny. If you've never heard of Study Bunny, it's a cute little app that you can, I have it on my phone and on my iPad. But I like to pull it up on my phone because when I have it up on my phone, it like forces me to not go on my phone. It's a little app on your app store, and you get like this little character. Little incentive, you can get coins at the end of your study periods. You'll put on the timer for 30 minutes, and then after 30 minutes you'll get these little coins, and then you can use the coins to buy your little bunny food or clothes or accessories. I have a bucket hat for him, and I had I think it was a lab coat or some kind of coat, as well as round glasses, and then I always get him a little treat, and that's something that forces me to stay on track. Another thing that I like to do is to like pull up videos of people studying. So, like some people will post YouTube videos and they'll be like, study for 30 minutes with me, and they'll have their own clock going, and it like forces me and like kind of motivates me to study. If you haven't already watched it, I think it was last year I posted a study with me video. I think it was 30 minutes or an hour, I don't really know. You can change the little bar to say like how much time you want, so I usually keep it at that 30 minutes. I go ahead and start this countdown and let's get studying. Look, he's studying too. Minutes are up, and I ended up getting through 2 lectures. One of them was super short, but around 5:30 this morning I went through some flashcards, and I did it for like the first 3 lectures of this class. We have 11 lectures that are going to be in the final. I don't think I even told you guys what classes I'm studying for or what I've been taking this term. I don't even know if I know, honestly. Like I said, oh my gosh, my hair is we have 6 classes. And then one of the 6 classes is just our clinic class. So we have like assignments and a syllabus and everything for like clinic requirements, as far as the amount of class 2s to do, how many, whatever percentage of attendance or patient care. And then with our other 5 classes, we're taking dental materials, which is the one class we had a midterm, and then we don't have a final because our final was like a case cap presentation with our groups about the dental materials that we were learning about. This was our last dental materials class ever. The class I'm studying for right now is our pros class. So lots of like RPD stuff, implants, scanning, 3D printing, that kind of dentistry. We have that exam tomorrow at 9, and then on Tuesday, I don't even know what exam I have. 1 second. I think it's endo. It's not endo. Tuesday we have our oral surgery final. We have 4 lectures that were after the midterm. I don't think that's gonna be too bad. Oral surgery is usually pretty straightforward. Then on Wednesday, which is our last final, we have endo, and endo is usually pretty straightforward. We have review sessions like before, and they kind of give us a good idea of like what to study for. Endo is going to be cumulative, but I think majority of the questions are like pulpal diagnosis. We're presented like a patient with whatever symptoms and the endo testing information as far as like response to code, EPT, probing, yada yada yada, and then we have to just like diagnose. I think we have some radiographs in them, but like majority of it is like based off of like patient sign and symptoms, like symptomatic apical periodontitis or chronic apical abscess or an primary endo secondary perio lesion, vertical root fracture, like that kind of stuff. In that class, like the exams are usually pretty easy, just because when we have the review session, we get a really good sense, I feel like, of what we should be studying for, like what to focus on. The one exam I'm worried about is tomorrow's exam, but this teacher is also pretty fair. I've always done well on her exam for the other classes that she's taught us throughout the year, but I also feel like I've never really studied this last minute for her class, so I don't know, we'll see. And then last week Thursday we had our oral pathology class, which you probably saw in my day in the life video. Our exams on Examplify/ExamSoft or whatever, and usually when we press submit, our score pops up on the screen, whether it be like 40 out of 50 or it'll tell us 80%. It always stresses me out when it's like the numerical grade, because I'm like trying to calculate it as I'm like packing my bag or like walking up to the front of the room to like show my green screen. I think everything will be okay, hopefully. While I'm studying, I'll share with you a couple cool things that I'm learning. This is like the first time we're ever learning about 3D printing. So much about CAD/CAM. Our school is really big on CAD/CAM. We have like a whole chunk of our clinic is dedicated towards CAD/CAM specific things. And our professor always tells us that our generation is a special generation. You have like conventional impressions as well as digital scanning, and we're like one of the few generations that in order to do well in the career you have to know both. Back then you would only like conventional is your only option, and in the future it's possible that it might only be digital. For our generation, as far as when it comes to looking for jobs or just being a really good clinician, is to be able to do both. And I'm hoping to get more patients so that I can get as much practice as I can before I get out of here. But the other thing that I really want a lot of practice with is gold. So this is one thing to think about when you go into dental school, is to like really take advantage of the opportunities that you have, because there's a learning facility. So try everything and anything, build up your skills for when you get out of school. But anyways, we're learning about 3D printing, which is super cool. Let's kind of go through this lecture together, guys. We have a bunch of different 3D printing technologies. Like the first thing I do when I study or like when I read things is that initially my brain goes into what kind of mnemonic can I make. SLS, rapid heating and fusing powder, stereolithography, laser, VAT, DLP, projector, VAT, SLS, powder, and laser. Okay. Molten thermoplastic laser. So instead of this one is almost like a hot glue gun. Low accuracy and low resolution, but it is cost effective. Okay, last one, and then I'll shut up. PBJ is like a regular printer. It has like ink cartridges, and it, instead of like ink like you would have on paper, the cartridges are filled with resin, and they can be multiple colors, and so it'll dispense it, and instead of regular ink that just dries, it needs a UV light to cure the resin. Got it. Okay, thank you guys for helping me learn that. It's honestly how like my brain works as I read lectures. Being able to read like 10 slides at a time and then go back and like kind of test myself on those 10 slides, I feel like is the most effective thing. One of my most favorite things now is that if you use Notability, is that little tape icon go right over the word. Does SLA stand for stereolithography? Let me see. Yes, it does. So that's all I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be studying in 30-minute interval. I do have to work out and I do have to watch my church's sermon for today. You all have a great rest of your day, rest of your weekend. If this is your final season as well, wishing you the best of luck. Stay tuned because I'm also making a vlog for finals week. Like a lot of the clips I also filmed today, so I'm going to be looking exactly the same. Also, this coffee sucks. So yeah, thanks for joining and I will see you next time. Bye.